Hey ladies, so today I'm going to talk about losing menopausal belly fat, belly weight, body weight without even going to the gym. And I know there's a lot of women out there that despise going to the gym, but they still want to lose weight. So it can be done, but you need to follow 3 simple rules. Okay? So before we go any further, let me just introduce myself. My name is Denise Campbell and I'm a women's health specialist, and I help women manage their hormones and feel confident in themselves again, because basically that's what it's all about, to feel confident in ourselves as we grow older and enter the different phases of life. So ladies, if you want clear strategies that help you get through all the noise that you hear on the TV or in the papers or in magazines or on social media, subscribe so that you don't miss my weekly videos. So you may be wondering why menopausal women are not eating enough protein, why they're skipping meals and not eating fats. And another question is, how can we as menopausal women really eat enough to start seeing that weight go without hitting the gym? To be honest, you can employ these techniques I'm going to give you in this video and start seeing weight loss in as little as 30 days. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to answer all these questions in this video. So before we dive in, why are there so many menopausal women not eating enough protein? I'm going to dive into that for you right now. So when I first started working with women in menopause, a lot of women were under eating protein, just thinking that a piece of chicken at dinner time was enough. So statistically, we need to eat between 1 gram and 1.5 grams of protein per body weight in pounds per day to meet our targets. So I'll say that again, between 1 and 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight per day to meet our daily protein targets. What this does, it preserves our muscle, it boosts our metabolism, and literally keeps us full throughout the day. So this should negate any cravings that want to occur. You shouldn't have any. But just remember, without protein, it's much harder to lose body weight. What protein does, as I said, it pushes up your metabolism. In order to digest that protein, the body needs to work harder. In order to work harder, the metabolism rises. And it's just like putting coals on a fire. The coals are your protein. You put that in, the fire starts to roar because there's a lot of energy. The same thing kind of happens in the body. To break down that protein, metabolism goes up. Once the metabolism goes up, that's energy. And this causes the body to lose weight, to lose that body fat. Another mistake that ladies make is cutting out fats. Fats are so important for hormonal balance. I am a competitive fitness model, so I do competitions, and within these competitions, you have to get your body weight down to a certain level. To compete in these competitions and to be remotely successful, you have to remove your body fat. So get as low as 9%, 10%, 8% body fat. Once you do that, well, for me in particular, once you get down to that percentage of body fat, hormones start to go crazy. With me, my periods stopped. That's what happened. So, as I said, body fat supports hormonal control. So my hormones went off kilter. They were doing their own thing, and my period stopped. Once I came out of that competition, I started eating normally again. My periods came back. So that's just a little snippet there of the relationship between hormones and eating good fats. So these good fats are avocados, salmon, olives, nuts. These support your hormones. With your hormones being in balance, this is the key to fat loss, especially around the midsection. It's good not to remove fats totally from your diet. Make sure that you're having good fats, because if you do, your hormones will become imbalanced. Another thing that menopausal women do, for some reason, they skip meals. Why are you skipping meals? Because you're not eating doesn't mean that you're going to lose weight. I know what it sounds like. I'm not going to have breakfast. I'm not going to have lunch. Therefore, I'm having less calories. Less calories promotes fat loss. But what actually happens is the opposite effect. What this actually does, it causes your body to run on empty. You're not having your required calories per day. Your body starts to run on empty. You start to crave. At night, you get hungry. You start snacking. It's a vicious circle. So if you think about it, skipping meals actually slows down your metabolism. When you slow down your metabolism, that actually means that your body is not losing any fat. You're not losing any body weight, and it promotes craving. You know it. You want a little bit of a packet of crisps. You want a little bit of chocolate. That's craving. That's not snacking. That's craving. When you start to have balanced meals, so when I mean balanced, those are your three macros, your proteins, your carbs, and your good fats. That stabilizes your blood sugar. And that is what we need, that stabilization throughout the day. So if you think about it, that consistency and not any restriction at all during the day, the weeks, the months, allows the body to lose fat. So now you know why many women find it difficult to lose body weight, to lose body fat, especially around the midriff. They're not eating enough protein. They're skipping meals, and they're not eating any good fats. These three alone can cause a massive shift in your body, and weight gain is quite rapid. But knowing all of this is just one aspect. You can lose weight tweaking your nutrition on its own. That's absolutely possible. But we can speed things up. And you can speed this up by doing exercises just to raise your metabolism a little bit more. You can do this at home, or you can do this in the gym. You see, it's important that we do some sort of exercise, whether it be cardio, combined with weight bearing exercises, because as we enter perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, we're at risk of having weak bones and losing muscle. So exercise is quite important, but for me, food is the most important. You start to lift weights, you increase your bone density, then that starts to negate your risk of getting osteoporosis, osteopenia. Yeah, you start lifting weights, you start to build on muscle mass. That gets your body stronger, helps your posture. So for both of these aspects, which are your weight bearing exercises and your bit of cardio, that has a big effect on the body. As we go through the stages in life, you get stronger, it helps your posture, and it lessens your chance of growing old weak. Another question that I get asked is, are carbs the reason that I've got belly fat? Now listen, carbs are definitely not the enemy. They're your friend. Remember this. The problem that we have are processed carbs, your cakes, your biscuits. Those kind of things are not your friend. They're definitely the enemy. Without the balance of your proteins and your fats, these kinds of carbs are a huge problem. What you want to turn to are whole carbs. This is what we talk about, whole foods. So we're talking about oats, rice, potatoes, good veg. These will give you so much energy and balance your hormones. The key to carbs are what type of carbs you're eating and the amount of carbs you're eating, and that you're not eating these carbs on its own. You have to have a balanced meal. So it's carbs and proteins and good fats. So another question that I'm asked is, can I really lose weight without exercise? And I'm going to say yes, because for me, weight loss starts in the kitchen all the time. It's 80% what you eat, 20% what you do in the gym. And as we all know, weight loss occurs when we have a calorie deficit. Calorie deficit is related to food, which starts in the kitchen. So exercise protects your muscle, boosts your metabolism, and increases your energy. So without exercise, you get slower results and it's less sustainable. What we want to do, we want to promote weight loss, but we want to promote it at pace. And the combination of calorie deficit and exercise will promote that. Listen, ladies, if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe for weekly information on hormone balance, exercise, nutrition, and for more information on things that allow us to progress in life throughout the different stages much easier. And if you're ready to get started straight away, I've got a free guide for you. It's my Menopause Macro Guide. It shows you exactly how much protein, how much carbs, how much fats to have in your diet, how to calculate them, and also how to arrange them on your plate. It's actually what you need to start losing weight without dieting, because you'll be eating correctly. You won't be eating restrictive. And it's really not a diet. When you eat right, it shouldn't be called a diet. The link is right below this video. Please grab it before you go. Ladies, I'll catch you next week.